Good evening. We start with some breaking news. 90% flights have been disrupted in Bengaluru. This is even as services across multiple sectors, including banking, hospitals, markets, were affected worldwide today due to a technical problem at Microsoft and American cybersecurity company CrowdStrike. In fact, Union Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, MeitY, Ashwini Vaishnav, has said that the government is in touch with US tech giant Microsoft regarding this global outage that has led to multiple sectors getting affected across the world. In fact, essential services are down, but of course the services have started resuming is what we've been told. IndiGo airline officials have also said that some of this could continue through midnight. Remember, the outage is being seen as largest in the world. It has caused disruptions in air traffic, forcing airports to shift to manual operations. Stock exchanges have also been hit as a result of this tech outage. Microsoft, while acknowledging the outage, has said resolution is forthcoming. In a post on X, Minister Vaishnav said the reason for the Microsoft outage has been identified and updates have been released to resolve the issue. NIC network is not affected. That's what he said, referring to the National Informatics Center's NIC, which is the pan-India communication network that provides services to center and state governments. MeitY is in touch with Microsoft and its associates regarding this global outage. That's what we know from the minister. Well, the reason for this outage has been identified and updates have been released is also what we know. CERT has also issued a technical advisory. This is even as millions of Microsoft Windows users started experiencing the blue screen of death today morning that caused their computers to shut down or restart. That happened since today morning. In fact, in the advisory, CERT has said, and I quote, Windows hosts related to CrowdStrike agent Falcon server are facing outages and getting crashed due to recent update received in the product. The concerned Windows hosts are experiencing a blue screen of death related to Falcon server. That's what the advisory added. In fact, it also said that there could be some workarounds to that, suggesting a few actions. The issues occurred due to the latest update in CrowdStrike, and the changes have been reverted by the team. That's what CERT has said. Microsoft, the company in question here, however, has said that the preliminary root cause was a configuration change in the portion of Azure backend workloads. In fact, it caused interruption between storage and compute resources, which resulted in connectivity failures that affected downstream Microsoft 365 services that are dependent on these connections. That's what the company has said. And I quote, our services are still seeing continuous improvements while we continue to take mitigation action. That's what Microsoft said on X. These services have been affected in India due to a Microsoft outage. And several airlines in India have also reported that their systems across the network have been impacted. I am joined by my colleague Pratiba, who is at the Bengaluru Airport. Pratiba, what do we know about the situation on ground there? Is it improving? Because that's what Microsoft seems to be suggesting. But what is the condition of passengers? Truly a distressing day for most of them today.
In fact, it is quite a bit of bad news here because the situation hasn't yet improved here. In fact, what the IndiGo authorities seem to mention is that the current situation would continue until midnight. Let me see if I can go across to the airport authorities here. Sir, a quick word from you in terms of...
Sorry, we have a corporate communication.
Okay. So most of them not willing to speak, but at this point in time, let me see if I can go across to the passengers because the information given to them is that this situation would continue until midnight. Sir, can you speak two lines? What is the inconvenience caused to you?
We don't know now. I don't know how we'll figure out. We have to reach Chandigarh for some office work. Now look at the queue. There is no, it's an operational challenge from the IndiGo side. We'll see now what they answer to us.
Is your flight cancelled, delayed?
It's cancelled. It's a cancelled flight.
Right. Yeah. Are you looking for other alternate arrangements?
I don't know. Now we are depending on them. There is no other option. There is no other flight showing for the Chandigarh next flight. So we'll see when the turn will come.
So most of them seem to be suggesting that they have different pressing requirements where they need to get to their different destinations, and it is not possible. They cannot even look at alternate arrangements because it is too much of a last minute. And most of them haggling with the authorities here, trying to find their answers. Most of them did suggest that they weren't even given any kind of information, no messages as such. And the reason behind this is that due to system failure, failure. They were not able to get these messages sent across to the passengers. You can see the queues running long, most of them questioning, raising their hands in despair. What is the inconvenience caused to you?
They are showing we have come from Bali. Yes.
We had a flight from Bangalore to Pune at 11 p.m. But now we've got the message that our flight has been cancelled, and there is no information that whether it has been rescheduled or not. So we are also checking out that what.
If you are did you look at an alternate arrangement? Did you try rebooking for tomorrow, day after? How expensive is it?
It was not informed. So we'll have to check with the airline.
We got the message also. The flight is cancelled. Just check the status online.
That's why we are standing in a long queue, and we are going to ask IndiGo that whether they'll able to resolve our issues.
How long have you been stranded here?
1 hour.
In fact, you must be lucky for being stranded for just 1 hour, but there are several passengers who've been complaining for at least 4 or 5 hours now, running from pillar to post. Let me actually show you the board that has been put up there, where most of the airlines and their current status has been mentioned. According to Bengaluru Airport authorities, over 90% flights have been disrupted at this terminal, which is Terminal 1, is what we hear. And this situation would continue until midnight, is what IndiGo authorities have been suggesting. It all started with the airline authorities being extremely proactive. In fact, you can see a lot of reds than the whites there. Delayed, final call, delayed. These are the messages that you see on the board that has been put up here. Some of them delayed and some of them cancelled according to the status report on the board. Most of them suggesting that this flight disruption, as soon as it started, proactive measures were taken in terms of getting into a manual mode. Now even this screen is switched off. We really don't know the technical problems that each of them must be facing at this point in time. But then what we hear is that manually, it is definitely going to take time. In fact, handwritten boarding passes that were issued to most of the passengers here, and especially when it came to connecting flights as well, the written boarding passes would not really be verified, could not be verified, and that caused further delays. These are some of the examples that we are picking up from the passengers, the ordeal that they are facing here, and most of them are clueless at this point in time, do not know what kind of arrangements to make, and all of them stranded. If it is going to continue until midnight, what would they do? These are the questions that are being raised at this point in time.